When the rebuilding effort begins in Altadena and Pacific Palisades, property owners will face many challenges. One of them will be finding insurance.
Because of the threat of wildfires, many property owners in California are dealing with rising home insurance rates or seeing their policies canceled altogether. Our Philip Palmer traveled to the town of Paradise, north of Sacramento, which was nearly destroyed by the Camp Fire 6 years ago. In this 7 on Your Side Solutions report, Philip shows us how Paradise is rebuilding with a unique approach to the insurance crisis.
The estimated value of homes lost in the Eaton and Palisades fires is almost $30 billion, which will surely add to the two overwhelming problems for homeowners wanting fire insurance in California: availability and affordability.
How do you change the risk profile of these communities? How do you help homeowners think differently? How can we educate them? How can we be a productive participant in moving things forward to a better future?
We met Victor Joseph, the president of California-based Mercury Insurance, at his offices in Brea, but he's traveled personally to Paradise, California several times, as did we, to see firsthand what the township has done to reduce their future fire risk after the Camp Fire and make sure fire insurance is a probability, not a possibility.
Mercury visited me, and they looked at what I built, and the term they used was, "This is a no-brainer. We'll write you a policy."
After losing 90% of their homes in 2018, Paradise became the first and only city in the United States to require all new homes meet the wildfire-prepared home standards. But in spite of that designation, Casey Taylor was still paying $8,000 a year for fire insurance. She says that changed after Mercury visited her home and offered a policy for a fraction of that.
That's the message we're trying to make sure that the LA people hear when they rebuild. Like, you have to rebuild resilient with hardened structures if you're going to ever think about being insured.
The town deserves a lot of credit for that. And insurance companies have to look at that. We have to recognize that. We have to support that however we can.
The Insurance Institute for Business and Home Safety is independent of the insurance industry, and their scientific approach to preventing fire has been embraced by Paradise. The hope is that by using their standards, the community is protected as a whole, and more insurers will begin offering policies.
If I do it and then you don't, and our homes are right next to each other, then in the next fire, your home might ignite and then expose mine to that fire, and I'd lose my house anyway. So we have to prepare communities at large, not just in individual homes scattered throughout the community. It's a community-wide effort.
IBHS research showed the cost of building a home with fire resilience is roughly 3 to 5% more expensive than a traditional build. But there are also alternative building materials, like this home made with walls of hay that are incredibly safe from fire, but unfamiliar to insurers.
There's no oxygen in the walls once the plaster goes around the bales, and that it doesn't burn.
It really behooves us to be curious about this, to get into the field, to learn more, and to want to solve this problem. Because if you look longer term, and you just assume for a moment things are going to continue this way, or things might even get worse, we have to find whatever we can do to shift into a different direction that is better ultimately for consumers.
Mercury's plan is to offer more policies in Paradise, but they want other companies there as well to share the risk, something the township wants as well, after all they've done to lower the risk for everyone.
These choices that we've made are making our community not only an example, but more insurable.
When there's a big wind, I sleep at night. When there's a fire nearby, I sleep at night. My home is built to withstand the threat.
That's how we're going to beat wildfire, is we need to see more communities take a few pages out of their book where they can and adopt some of those standards, and then we'll see a way out of this catastrophe that we're facing across the state.
The collaboration between insurers and residents was at its core a desire for protection, but it's also more than that. The industry and residents here understand that without real change in how homes are built and in land management, it is predicted the land burned in California will increase by 52% between 2031 and 2050, and that benefits no one. In Paradise, Philip Palmer, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Hello, I'm Mark Brown. Get more great ABC 7 content by clicking the subscribe button for our YouTube channel, and download the ABC 7 Los Angeles streaming app on Fire TV, Android TV, Apple TV, and Roku to watch on your TV.